Hi, it's Chronos here from TMPG. Just thought I'd like to talk about something small here, a tool. Normally we don't talk about tools, but it's something really good. Can't pass it up. It's a good bang for its buck. So I really got to show you guys what I'm talking about here. First off, it's a Powerfist half-inch impact wrench. Make sure that, something a little stupid, but it says half inch, so you might want to make sure you actually have the half-inch sockets, not the 3/8, because a lot of tools, a lot of ratchets, people normally use 3/8 of an inch. So make sure you have the half-inch sockets before you actually get started, or you'll have to run to the store or some crap like that. Yeah, so let's get started here. It's a Powerfist, not a really well-known brand, but so far it's working out pretty well for me. 4.9 CFMs at 90 PSI. I normally run my compressor at 120, it works great. Max is 150 PSI, so no problems there. It is 4.9 CFM, so for those of you who don't know, it does take a lot of air if you have a small compressor. I have about a 10, 11 gallon tank. For those rusted on heavy-duty bolts, for example, suspension or exhaust, anything that's been rusted on there pretty well, if you want to do like suspension and stuff like that, or like springs, when you use this, you have no problems. It will take it off like pretty damn easy, but it does drain the tank pretty quickly, just to let you know. So yeah, let's talk about the stats now. Something I really love: max torque, 620 foot-pounds of torque. That's not no bull right there. The bang for this buck is amazing, because anything else in this price range, usually you get like 250 to 400 max foot-pounds of torque. That's why I really love this tool, because you run it on half setting and it takes everything off beautifully. I've never even had to turn this on full yet, not once. No load speed, 7,000 RPMs. Twin hammer construction, aluminum housing with powder coating and PVC boot. Yeah, air inlet, 1/4 inch. So let's open it up. Okay, what you get is a manual. It's wrapped in plastic pretty decently. As you can see, I've already used this. Unfortunately, I can't do an unboxing with you, but no big deal. Yeah, simple wear and tear. I had it for like about a month now. One thing I didn't like, though, is this little oil daily sticker is coming off pretty damn easy. I would have liked if it was engraved, but then again, it's not a big deal. Another thing is these don't come with the fittings, and they don't come with the Teflon tape or oil, so those are the 3 things you must buy. If you're going to buy this tool to use it, you have to get the fitting, you have to get the Teflon tape if you want to do it properly, and you have to get the oil. First thing you want to do is you want to put the Teflon tape pretty much the opposite way of the threading, so that's counterclockwise, because this goes in clockwise. Use a couple of wrenches. Don't over tighten it, because you'll obviously damage it. People over tighten things all the time and damage everything, so you don't want to over tighten it. Put like maybe 5 to 10 drops of oil in, and run the tool for about 30 seconds, and pretty much that lubricates it before you actually start using it. Okay, so the construction is, pretty much blue and black. Like the colors. Nice composite handle. It's pretty grippy. It's pretty good in case you have like oily, greasy hands. Like I said before, sticker is not that great. It comes off pretty easily. What I do like, though, is the exhaust is pointed downward for when you're using it, and it's not on your hands or on the work area. One thing I have to say, though, is Powerfist, for those of you who are wondering, it's like, who's Powerfist, who makes it, is it really that good? Well, to be honest, I was very skeptical in buying this air tool made by Powerfist, but I have some other tools I previously bought, and they haven't steered me wrong in the past, so I figured, okay, you know what, I'll give it a chance. But I was, to tell you the truth, very skeptical of it saying 620 foot-pounds, because like I said, a lot of tools are pretty much double or triple the price of this tool, and you actually get less foot-pounds of torque, so I was very skeptical. So I'll pretty much explain some more about the tool. It does have a forward and reverse, and it has about 6 settings, if you can see there. That's actually not true, because it does have 2 settings before the 1, and it does have 1 setting after the 6 that I've never had to use. And pretty much, if you're going to use this below 1, I mean, this thing, to tell you the truth, it doesn't really turn that well. I mean, but you never have to use it below 1, because it's like so weak. I mean, what's the point? You might as well just use your hands or use a damn air ratchet or something. So there's no point using it below the 1. It wasn't really meant for that. It's meant for, like, stuff that's on pretty damn tight. Like I said, I usually use it on 3 or 4, and that took off everything, no problem, without a hitch. It does have a half click, which is pretty good, and a full click. So if you want to take something off delicately so you don't damage the threading, use it on half first to hammer it off, and then use it on full for those things that are on there pretty damn good. So I'll explain my experience with this. Although I have nothing to actually prove that it makes 620 foot-pounds, I have no measuring devices or any tools, I'll explain my experience with it. So, pretty much, it says it makes 620, so you can assume that every setting is about 100 foot-pounds, because it has 6 and another one after that. What I did use it on so far was some lower bolts for suspension. Those are on there pretty damn tight, and I used it on setting 3, took it off no problem without a hitch. I also used it on some bolts for a control arm on an O2 vehicle. Those things were on there pretty damn tight, rusted on and seized. And as you know, for a control arm, for those of you who work on vehicles who are car enthusiasts, those parts of the suspension have to be on pretty damn tight to keep your car safe. It's safety, right? The most difficult thing I've used this on so far was the axle wheel nut. For those of you who like working on your cars, you have to do a clutch or you have to do simple things like a CV shaft or something. The axle wheel nut is a pain in the ass because even with a breaker bar, sometimes those things run harder than 250 foot-pounds, and even if you go at it really hard, it's still a real pain in the ass. That's pretty much why I bought this, to work on those heavy-duty nuts and bolts, so I don't have to stress myself over it. Basically, I put this thing on 4 to be safe, put on the axle wheel nut, and within seconds, it's like just went at it, and it immediately came off, no problem. So, like I said, I can't really prove it makes 620 foot-pounds, but I can tell you about my experience. Around half, it got something off that's approximately 300 foot-pounds, and on full, I have no doubt about it that it would make something about 550 foot-pounds come off without a hitch. The last thing I have to tell you, just to reiterate, is that every time you do use the tool, you want to put 1 to 2 drops inside of here. Run the tool for a couple of seconds before and after you're finished using the tool. So after you're finished using the tool, disconnect your airline, put 1 to 2 drops in, connect your airline back, run the tool a couple seconds just to lubricate it before you put it away. So that's pretty much what I wanted to tell you about the Powerfist Impact Wrench, 1/2 inch. And one other thing is, when I first started using it, the sockets didn't really go on very nicely on and off. But with a little bit of use, comes on and off pretty damn easily. Yeah, so so far no leaks or anything like that, no damage, still works pretty well. I haven't had the tool for like 2 or 3 years, so I can't really tell you that, oh yeah, it'll last up for 2 or 3 years of heavy use. But what I can do is, like I said, just explain my experience and tell you pretty much what I've used it so far. Like I said, axle wheel nuts are a pain in the butt, but this thing was a breeze. And like I said, I've never used this thing on full speed yet, so it's a pretty damn good tool. Powerfist, it's not that bad. Alright, so what does Chronos have to say about this Powerfist brand impact wrench? All in all, it's a great buy. Best bang for its buck, hands down. So you must be wondering, how much does this bloody thing cost already? Well, I'll tell you. 90 bucks plus tax approximately. That's right, about 90 bucks plus tax for a 620 foot-pound impact wrench. It's a steal, people, okay? Anything remotely close to this, about 450 pounds or so impact wrench, will cost upwards of double or triple that money. So I can definitely and totally recommend this tool to anyone who's looking into buying an impact wrench. That's Chronos for TMPG. Good hunting.